Sgt C is the combo. So the first movement, you're going to see there's two movements. The first movement is more strength-based. The second movement on that line is more power-based. You're still doing the same movement. One is slower and more controlled. The other is more explosive. You're also going to see two numbers next to that. So the first number relates to the first exercise before the comma. The second number relates to the second exercise after the comma. So first one, you've got alternate reverse lunges. You can load this for sure. You can load it down here. You can load it up here. You've only got 5 reps, so you're alternating your feet, and then you're going to go right from there into a jump lunge. Now, you know, if your body doesn't like jump lunges, you can do the switch step, right? That little stutter, or you can just stay with a non-weighted reverse lunge and move fast. Next up is going to be a bent over USB row. Again, only if your back is feeling okay. Otherwise, I would use dumbbells and do 2 at a time from a split stance, right? So bent over row for 5. If your bag's not heavy enough, do at least 10, and then high pull, high pull. But again, only if your back is feeling marvelous and you're pulling those handles apart, okay? So that would be 5 and 5, unless your sandbag's really light, then I would double that and do 10 and 10. One is controlled, one's explosive. You could also substitute a pull up in there if you have a TRX, or even a pull down. Just make it explosive, okay? Next two, it's a single arm overhead press with strict press, right? So you're finishing bicep by the ear, watching that your ribs don't flare out, okay? The second one, which you'll do right away, is a push press. So you can go a little bit heavier as long as you can gear through or grind through those 5 reps with good form with no help from your lower body, and then you can get that little lift from the lower body on part 2. And that's 5 on each side. So do the strict press, then do the push press. Then you've got 10 goblet squats. So you're holding the weight here. You're dropping into your squats. 10 deep squats. Watch the position of your feet. Make sure your toes are turned out, right? You're getting that butt down and back. Again, you shouldn't be dumping forward. Your eyes are going to take your body where it needs to go. So just make sure you're not looking down at the floor. And then you're going to follow that up with jump squats. Okay? Next two, limited rotation, followed by an explosive limited rotation. So one's controlled, one is more explosive. You are doing 15 reps on each side. So controlled is shoulder to shoulder like this. There's no movement coming from the rest of my body. And then explosive, it's going to look more like that. And it's a little harder not to move and rotate when you get explosive. So if you're finding that you're doing that, try to take your feet just a little bit wider, but I prefer that you start under your hips first and try not to go any wider than shoulder width, okay? And obviously you have to flip and go the other way. Then the last one is a tuck followed by a pike. So using the sliders, you could also do that in the TRX. You're on your hands. You're gonna tuck the knees in, do your 10 reps, and then you're gonna hike the hips up explosively, okay? So just make sure you keep your legs straight on that pike when you do them. And an alternative, if that bothers your wrist or it bothers your low back, is to come down on the ground and do with a sandbag, single leg lowering followed by double leg lowering. That'd be a good challenge. And then the finisher, high knees and football run. So you're running. If you can't get your knees up high, you can use a step. And then football run, you're going out and in. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for 3 rounds. And that is all. That is the big workout for the week. So any questions, you let me know.